Jenna, isn't your honeymoon trip coming up soon? Please take me with you on your honeymoon trip, big sister. Please? Yeah, we were planning to go on our honeymoon trip soon, but... What happened? Well, actually, our honeymoon trip got canceled. Huh? Are you kidding? I'm sorry, didn't I tell you? What? The honeymoon trip got canceled? I didn't hear about it. I thought I had already told you. I'm sorry. But why was it canceled in the first place? It was supposed to be in just a few more days until departure, right? That's true, but actually, right after the wedding, my husband's grandfather passed away. And then? We talked about it and decided to cancel the honeymoon trip. Are you serious about that? What do you mean? Well, the only time we can go on a honeymoon is now, right? That's not true. I think we can go another time. Is it necessary to cancel it? It's unthinkable to cancel our long-awaited honeymoon just because one elderly person passed away. Just one elderly person? That's a very disrespectful way to say that. Really? You're getting married soon too, aren't you? As an adult, you should be more careful with your choice of words. Well, I just expressed my opinion, so it shouldn't matter. Anyway, the honeymoon got canceled. Are you kidding me? I was looking forward to going together and having a great time. Why were you trying to come with us on the honeymoon in the first place? Well, traveling is fun, you know. Besides, if we go together, you would pay for it, right? I can't even begin to understand your mindset with that kind of thinking. It would be lucky if I can go with your treat. It's amazing to be able to go together and have fun at a lower cost, right? Honestly, you're such a... It's really disappointing that you assume that you can enjoy other people's money. Why's that? You're a grown adult, aren't you? I don't want you to keep thinking that I'll treat you forever. But you're my big sister. Isn't it normal to spend money for your little sister? Is that normal? I think your idea of normal is a bit off from the general consensus. Is that so? Instead of relying on me forever, you should stand on your own. Okay. By the way, if you ever make plans for another honeymoon trip, make sure to let me know. Why? Because I'm going with you. Count me in when that time comes. Were you even listening to me? I was listening, but it doesn't matter. I want to go together. I don't have any plans to go on a honeymoon trip anytime soon. Even if I do decide to go, I will definitely not tell you. Why not? I want you to make plans for a honeymoon trip right away for your adorable little sister. It's not possible to go on a trip until things settle down. I absolutely want you to take me with you. Count me in when the time comes. If you want to go on a honeymoon trip that much, you can come with me. However, if you save up your own money and use that, I don't mind going together. Don't expect me to pay for you. We'll see you later. Jenna! What's up? What's going on? I'm having the best time here. Oh, really? That's great to hear. By the way, what's so great? What are you up to right now? I was thinking of joining you on the honeymoon trip. I'm already visiting the travel destination before you. Huh? What do you mean? Pretending not to know is pointless. I'm not pretending. What do you mean? I told you before that we're not going on a honeymoon trip anymore, right? Yeah, but I can't believe that it got canceled. It must be a lie. It's not a lie, you know. It's not fair to have fun just by yourselves. I said I'll go with you too. Anyway, I'll be waiting. Where are you waiting? Stop pretending you don't know. The trip starts today, right? I'm telling you, the trip got canceled. My husband's grandfather was like a parent to him, so it's a difficult time for him. I'm not in the mood for a trip. It's not like we can forcibly go on a honeymoon trip at any time like this. Enough with the excuses already. Why don't you believe me when I'm saying all this? Is there a reason you don't believe me? Of course there is. What is it? You went back to our parents' house the other day, right? Yes, I went back. I saw you carrying luggage for the trip at that time. Oh, that. So even though you said that the honeymoon trip was canceled, I realized that it actually wasn't canceled. It's true that I had luggage with me, but... I knew it! You're going on the trip, aren't you? No, it's not a trip. The luggage I brought at that time was for staying at my husband's family's house. Are you kidding me? Are you still trying to deceive me? I thought that if I asked you to go together, you would definitely refuse, so I came early to the destination. Huh? Came early? What do you mean? Exactly! Came early! If I'm already at the destination before you, you won't be able to refuse and will take me on the honeymoon trip together, right? Well, if you're already at the destination before me, I can't really refuse. I understand that you came up with a plan on your own, but we're not there. Hey, it's a joke, right? It's not a joke. It's true. Moreover, I'm staying at my husband's family's house, completely opposite to a honeymoon trip. Is that true? Are you really staying at your husband's family's house? But you had so much luggage with you. I've been saying that from the beginning, haven't I? Then what about the luxury hotel reservation that was booked for the honeymoon trip according to the itinerary? Wait, did you sneak a look at the itinerary without permission? Honestly, you can be so exasperating. I'm your little sister, so there's no problem, right? Besides, I've already canceled all the hotel reservations, of course. All of them? Canceled? That's why there's no problem at all. Were you worried about me? Well, it's not that I was worried. That's really troublesome. Of course it is. If I didn't cancel them, I would have to pay and it would go all to waste. Hold on a second. That's really inconvenient for me. Why are you troubled? Because we were supposed to stay together today. What are you talking about? I was planning for us to stay in the same suite room. What are you saying? It's unthinkable for us to stay in the same suite room at the same hotel. It's my honeymoon trip. What are you thinking? I didn't hear anything about canceling all the hotel reservations. Just make a reservation at any hotel right now. Anywhere will do. If the trip is canceled, the hotel reservations will be canceled too, won't they? Please, make a hotel reservation right now for today. I have nowhere to stay tonight if you don't. Do it yourself. Of course, I'm asking you to make the reservation, and please use your own money. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Why do I have to make the hotel reservations for you using my own money? Please, I'm begging you. It's you who's going on the trip, right? Take responsibility for yourself. I truly can't believe it. Well, I'm getting married soon too, you know. It's perfect as a wedding gift. How many times do I have to give you the wedding gifts? I've already given you wedding gifts multiple times. Don't try to make me say wedding gift to make me pay again. You're mean, big sister. It's not about being mean, you know. It's because you always do things on your own without thinking that we end up in situations like this, right? If you don't make hotel reservations right away, I also have a plan on my side. What kind of plan? Are you coming up with another strange strategy? Seriously, spare me. Take more responsibility for your own actions. Won't you make the hotel reservation? Well, in that case, I have an ace up my sleeve too, you know. What do you mean by ace up your sleeve? I'm currently having a meal at a fancy restaurant. I'll pay for both of our meals with your credit card. What's this? And to make matters worse, you stole my credit card when I thought it was missing yesterday? Yeah, I took it out of your wallet when I was at our parents' house. This is unbelievable. It's not that big of a deal, really. Taking someone's credit card out of their wallet without permission is a big deal. Well, I'll use that credit card to pay for the meal then. Do you realize what would happen if I reported you for this? Are you threatening me? I'm not threatening you, but stealing someone's belongings is a crime. Hold on a second. We're sisters, right? Isn't it a bit too much to make such a big deal out of it? Even as sisters, there are limits to what is acceptable. You don't have to get so angry about something like this. Your actions have crossed the line. It's absolutely unacceptable to take someone's credit card without permission. And on top of that, expecting me to pay for the meal is outrageous. Anyway, I'm asking you to cover the cost of both of us. Don't use my credit card without permission. Pay for your own meal. I'll rely on my big sister to handle the payment. Well then, see you later. Hey! What now? My credit card isn't working. Well, of course. What happened? I thought I lost my credit card yesterday, so I made it unusable. No way! It means it's suspended? That's right. I was hoping to have you pay for the meal. That's too bad. This is what happens when you go around stealing people's things without permission. It's because of you that I have to pay for the meal myself. It's not my fault. Of course not. You enjoyed a delicious meal at an upscale restaurant. I was having such a great time in the best mood at the upscale restaurant, but now it's the worst feeling. That's too bad. When you buy something, go somewhere, or have a meal, you have to pay with your own money. Didn't you know that? I know that already. Don't make fun of me. Well, it would have been nice if you had known. I'm relieved. You should be glad that you didn't go as far as using my credit card for criminal activities, shouldn't you? It's really exaggerated to call it a crime. You should think more about your own actions, shouldn't you? His mood turned sour because of this. That's not my problem, is it? What will you do if he starts disliking me? If he dislikes me, it'll be your fault. Who is he? You mentioned him earlier when talking about the dinner bill for two. He is just him. Who exactly are you traveling with? It's obviously my boyfriend, isn't it? Really? Are you doubting me? It's not like I'm doubting you or anything. But, what is it? Just say it clearly. Earlier, when I was heading to my husband's parents' house, I happened to run into Gage, your boyfriend, at the station. Oh, I see. He didn't mention anything about going on a trip. Well, maybe we just didn't talk about that. Are you really going on a trip with Gage? It doesn't matter who it is, right? Who is it really? Well, he's just a close male friend of mine. You have your wedding in a month, right? Yes, but... And yet you're going on a trip with your close male friend? Yes, but, you know, in this day and age, it's normal. It's normal to go on a trip with another man when you're engaged? Your thinking is outdated. Is that so? I just can't understand it. But you don't need to tell Gage about this, okay? Why? Anyway, even if you ask me something, keep this a secret from Gage, okay? So you're saying you're going on a trip with him without Gage knowing? That's right. It's okay to have a little fun before getting married, right? That's your opinion, so I won't say anything about it. We're getting married soon anyway. Just for now. It's fine to have some fun, but I think it's better not to do something that would hurt the other person. I know that already. Personally, I wouldn't like it if my fiancé went on a trip with someone of the opposite sex before getting married. Well, I didn't ask for your opinion, and I'm saying that such thinking is outdated. Is that so? Even if times change, don't people's feelings remain somewhat the same? I think it's natural to dislike things you find unpleasant. Gage is the son of a company president. Once we're married, I'll be able to live a life of luxury, so don't you dare get in the way. Do you love Gage, or are you after his money? It's obvious that it's both. If you love him, there isn't any need to go off with another man just for fun. Never tell Gage about this, okay? Well, it seems like my husband already told Gage about it. Huh? Why? That can't be true. That's why Gage knows that you're on a trip with your closest male friend. Why did your husband need to contact Gage and tell him about this? It's because my husband doesn't like you. Why does your husband dislike me? When you and I were communicating, my husband was right next to me. When was that? Remember when you referred my husband's grandfather as just an old man? It was at that time. But for him, his grandfather is like a parent and a cherished person, so he didn't appreciate your choice of words. So he dislikes me because of that? Yes, and it seems like he felt belittled by you. And because of that, your husband told Gage about me? That's right. But, you know, if you thought that your dear sister might suffer, couldn't your husband have refrained from telling him? Well, considering what you're doing and saying, this outcome is only natural. Natural? Yes, you're playing around with other men just before getting married, right? Even if it means risking not being able to marry him if he finds out, it doesn't matter to you, right? I don't want that. Isn't that contradictory? It's just a casual fling. You might think that way, but if you truly love him, have you considered his feelings? Anyway, watching your actions, I wondered if it was necessary to stop my husband from telling Gage. What's that? Aren't you my sister? Shouldn't you protect me? Exactly. Because you're my sister, I think it's my role to let you know that you're doing something wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong, okay? Even if you don't think you're wrong, it's not just about you. Marriage is not something you do alone. Your thinking is too outdated. It's pointless to discuss it. I don't care what you say. What will you do if my marriage with Gage gets called off because of you guys? Isn't it because of your actions? He doesn't know that I've been having fun. My husband already told Gage about you, and it seems like Gage already noticed that you might be cheating. What? Are you serious? Gage is aware of my infidelity? It seems like Gage noticed. I guess he had suspicions about this trip too. What? Really? Is that true? I haven't spoken directly with him, so I don't know. But my husband told me about his conversation with Gage, and he mentioned that... No way! He didn't show any signs of that at all! There may not be any evidence, or maybe he couldn't bring himself to say it? Yeah, you're right. There probably isn't any evidence. Remember when I said I saw Gage at the station earlier? Yes? What was he doing? He was actually talking to you to confirm your infidelity. Wait, hold on. You're kidding, right? I think it's true because he said so. I wonder if he's aware of what I've been doing. It seems like he is. He hasn't said anything like that to me at all. He wouldn't tell you the truth directly, would he? Well, that's true. He's an adult too. I believe he's been thinking and taking action on various matters. I had no idea he was tailing me. It's useless to dwell on things now. What do you mean it's useless? Gage believed in you, but he was worried because things have been getting too strange for him. So, is he thinking of breaking up with me? That's something he will decide, so I don't know. What should I do if we break up? Well, it seems like he wanted to confirm the truth today, so he followed you. What should I do? Hey, please help me. We're just a little bit away from getting married. If, by any chance, the marriage falls apart, it's because you betrayed him, and there's nothing we can do about it. I absolutely don't want it to end like this, so please, help me. Asking for help is impossible. I want to marry him. I want to have a wealthy life. Even if you tell me that, there's nothing I can do. It will be up to him to decide what to do. He followed me and already knows that I'm with another man, right? Yes, that's right. The affair trip has been exposed, and Gage has been feeling anxious, suspecting that you were cheating all along. No way! I think he's convinced of your infidelity. Please, find a way. Explain it to him well from your side. Maybe it's better to give up at this point. Don't abandon me. Please, find a way for me to still marry him. I need your help. Listen to me for a moment. What's wrong? Did something happen? My engagement with Gage has been called off. Oh, I see. That's unfortunate. I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm really at a loss about what comes next. Calm down. I can't calm down. That's true. If the engagement has been called off, there's no way we can stay calm. What should I do from now on? Did he break off the engagement because of your infidelity? Yes. And not only that, since we can't get married, I can no longer live in the luxury apartment we were supposed to live in together. That's too bad, wasn't it? We were so close to getting married. It's truly unfortunate. I told our parents about the engagement being called off the other day. So you've already told them? Yes, Gage explained the reasons for breaking off the engagement to our parents. And then, what did they say? They kicked me out of the house. I was forced to leave our family home. Is that so? Moreover, I received a severe scolding from our parents. Oh my, that's truly unfortunate. But considering you cheated and got into this situation, it's unavoidable, isn't it? What's with your attitude since earlier? Why are you suddenly angry at me? The way you said that's unfortunate is really infuriating. Well, I genuinely thought that it was unfortunate. I'm expressing my true feelings, you know. In the first place, this happened because you didn't treat me well, and your husband went and told Gage about my infidelity, right? Hold on a moment. Are you trying to blame us for the broken engagement? But it's true, isn't it? No, it's not. If your husband hadn't gone and told him, none of this would have happened. Even if he hadn't told him, I think the engagement would have been called off. What kind of statement is that? I can't believe it. The reason for your broken engagement is not our fault. If your husband hadn't told him, this wouldn't have happened. That's not true. It's because of your actions. Please don't blame us for it. Are you saying it's because of my actions? Yes. That's not true. If your husband hadn't told him, this wouldn't have happened. Since you caused this, you better take care of me from now on. The cause lies in what you've done. And what do you mean by me taking care of you? Before my husband told Gage, he was already suspicious of your infidelity and had been following you. It's because you went on a trip with another man before getting married, right? If I had married Gage, I would have lived in a luxury apartment, and he would have provided our living expenses too. Just because of that, why should we be the ones to support you? Since this happened, you should take responsibility for it. Will you provide for me to live in the apartment and have enough income to sustain my life? What are you saying? Do you even realize what you've done? There is no way we would provide for you. Work and support yourself financially. Anyway, since this has come to this, I won't be satisfied unless he takes responsibility. The reason the engagement was called off is because of your actions. That's not true. Since you don't seem to realize it yourself, let me explain why it turned out this way. Can you even explain it? It's all because of you guys. Of course I can explain it. Then do it quickly. The reason the engagement was called off is because you went on a trip with another man. Well, that may be true, but he didn't realize it. You're the only one who thinks he didn't realize it. That's not true. When I met him at the station that day, he had already suspected your infidelity because of your strange behavior. So, the fact is, this has nothing to do with us. And there were issues with your actions. Are you aware of that? Your dear sister is in trouble, so it wouldn't hurt for you to help out with some money this time, would it? See? That's how you change the subject when this becomes inconvenient. And what do you mean by this time? You didn't pay me for the meal, did you? So this time would be fine, right? I've put up with your selfishness almost every time, just because I didn't pay last time. How much do you think I've been paying for you? I don't know, but for the sake of my dear sister, it wouldn't hurt to help out this time too, right? I've always been paying for my dear sister's sake, but have you ever shown gratitude to me? I don't think so, right? I'm always grateful. That's a lie. It's for the sake of your dear sister, isn't it? See, that's how you think it's only natural for your older sister, me, to pay. I don't really think it's natural or anything, but in the end, you always end up paying, so I've been taking advantage of it. Even when I refuse, you keep insisting and making me pay for this and that. But you didn't pay for me the other day. Why should I have to pay for your food expenses too? You're a grown adult, so figure it out on your own, won't you? When I'm in trouble, someone always comes to help me. That's a misunderstanding, you know. Until now, I've put up with it because you're my sister, but I can't do it anymore. What do you mean you can't do it anymore? I've done so much for you, but I don't even receive gratitude, and your request has become even more excessive. I've reached my limit. From now on, I'll make sure to express my gratitude properly. You never show gratitude anyway, and you don't understand my feelings. You'll just forget about this conversation right away, won't you? That's not true. Well, why don't you try working and earning money to understand how challenging it is? I can live without working anyway. You're able to live because of Gage, right? It's because I'm the one who's been providing you with money, isn't it? Well, that's true, but you understand that such a lifestyle can't continue indefinitely, right? He called off the engagement as well. If you want to live in luxury apartments, figure it out on your own. Don't keep relying on others for your livelihood. I'm not going to give you any more money. From now on, don't depend on me and find a way to manage on your own. Even if you suddenly say that, what do you expect me to do? The other day, you took my credit card from my wallet without permission. It's absolutely unacceptable. Right now, I can only see you as a criminal. It's not that serious as you're making it out to be. I just meant it like a little prank. A prank? Even if you're my sister, stealing someone's belongings is unforgivable, and it's a crime. I didn't really mean it that way. Even though you're making me feel so terrible, you don't even say a word of apology, do you? I'm sorry. It's too late. I've put up with a lot until now, but I've reached my limit too. What you did goes beyond a lot more than a mere prank, and I only see you as a criminal. I don't want to pay for your sake anymore, and I don't want to have any contact with you. Please don't say that. I'm your sister after all. If you think of me as your sister, I want you to realize how horribly you've treated me all this time. I am not the only person who is here to support your lifestyle. Stop asking for money all the time. I never intended that, and I don't think of you that way. Anyway, I don't want any contact from now on, so don't reach out to me. I will block your messages. Don't say that! I have nothing more to say to you. I can't deal with you anymore. Goodbye. When I told my parents about what happened to me, they explained that my sister's personality is influenced by our grandmother. It seems that our grandmother had a similar personality and ended up being abandoned by those around her and died alone. My sister seemed to be aware of our grandmother's situation, but she thinks it doesn't concern her. They are alike in accepting convenient things and rejecting inconvenient ones, and my parents were exasperated by both of them. Afterward, she never worked on her own and sought to rely on men for her livelihood, searching for wealthy men to marry, but she ended up being deceived in a marriage scam. In the end, she ended up accumulating debt and had no choice but to engage in risky jobs. It's her own doing, but if she had listened to the opinions of those around her even a little, her life could have been happier. My newlywed life has finally settled down, and I was able to go on a honeymoon. I'm truly living in blissful days.